This is In the Loop. I'm Cody LaGrow in for Christian Bryant, and you know the saying, everything old is new again. From film to fashion, reboots are all the rage. And seriously, I never thought I'd see low-rise jeans again after my youth, but nevertheless, maybe I'm wearing them under the desk right now. But like low-rise jeans were innovations of their era, another surprisingly popular trend involves bringing back technology way past its time. Things like iPods, camcorders, and point-and-shoot digital cameras have gone from forgotten relics to essential lifestyle accessories. And I get it. It was a vibe, you know? There were no filters. You'd wake up tagged in 70 photos from an album called something like Homecoming 2008. There were no rules, and we were free. So today's teenagers are chasing that rush and trading tips on how to capture that early 2000s vibe. Videos related to the term digital camera have over 2 billion combined views on TikTok, and it doesn't hurt that, thanks to our eternal present, some of the biggest names in 2023 were also captured living through those eras too. Creative director Quentin Ventura has seen the old tech resurgence firsthand. Going by bruh with a camcorder on Instagram, he's gotten an influx of demand from businesses who want to work with him to get that old school look.
They're wanting to kind of highlight, like the nostalgia that they might represent. Like maybe it's clothing line and a vintage clothing brand, wants to go ahead and showcase that reminiscent of like 90s Y2K, era and things like that.
He's 28, by the way, so just old enough to have a couple big early life events on tape. And in an era where so many memories are dependent on a site or a cloud staying up, he says there's something special about having a physical record of a memory.
Anybody can create things like with your iPhone and, all these other different devices. But I feel like when you really have like a cassette or a tape, that you can like play back and be like, hey, look, this is true to that time. Like, it's just a little bit more memorable.
So Gen Z is adopting some tech from before they were born, but that's not the first time something like this has happened, right? I'm looking at you, millennials, with those dusty vinyl record collections. You know who you are.
The attraction of retro technologies is not new, right? We're hearing about it with Gen Z because they're sort of the, coming of age group right now.
That's Tim Gorichanis, a professor of information science at Drexel University, and he focuses his work on the meaning humans give to technology. He says a lot of this is more about people than the technology itself, pointing to examples as far back as the anti-technology Luddites in mid-19th century Britain. He says they rebelled against technology that threatened a way of life they felt was valuable, which is a pretty universal feeling.
On one hand, there could be like a resistance to changing technology in order to protect your sense of meaning. On the other hand, there could be consciously adopting particular technologies.
The conscious adoption of older tech is what we're seeing with Gen Z, and he points to the meaning that people give to camera quality.
Gen Z, looking at older camera technologies, they're sort of reacting against some of that smoothness and efficiency and slickness. Some are going to film, at least, and older film technologies, but most of them are settling on this the birth of the digital.
In addition to the potential to have more permanent technology, think about Quentin Ventura holding his tape up earlier. He also says the idea that crisper and smoother isn't always better, and it's especially relevant to a generation that values how unpolished posts can feel more distinct and authentic.
Some of the things that we're seeing Gen Z play with is like what were previously thought of as aberrations, right? Like these technical glitches or artifacts of how the image was compressed, or because the shutter was too slow and you see the kind of shaky light stuff. And so that can kind of create a certain vibe or a certain effect that, it becomes more of an art rather than sort of an objective document of what things looked like. It's more about the feeling that it expresses.